This is the PartyPoker.net World Tenpin Masters, and 16 of the globe's best talent are striking it out to see who will win that $30,000 first prize plus the championship title. Well, we're halfway through the first round stages, so let's see how the draw looks so far.
4 players out, 4 players through to the quarterfinals. Each match the best of 2 games, the winner the one with the higher points aggregate. Defending champion Chris Barnes through to play Palermo of Finland. Belmonte of Australia takes on Al Sheikh, the Saudi Arabian teenager. Next up, it's Canada against Malaysia.
Tonight, another 2 players go head-to-head. Will they be able to adjust to our lane, or will they lose their rhythm when it comes to the crunch? Only one can make it through to the quarterfinals. Let's meet the players.
My name is Michael Schmidt. I'm from Canada, and I'll be playing Alex Liew.
Hi, I'm Alex Liew. I'm from Malaysia. I'm 31 years old, and I'm here for the World Tenpin Master.
Seeing him bowl in this event last year, he was a very strong competitor. He made it all the way to the semis, so I'm sure I'll have my hands full today.
He's a great bowler. He just won the World Cup last 2 years. It's going to be a good match.
I like to think my chances are good, but I know I'm going to have to be on top of my game and get lots of strikes in order to stay in touch with him.
He's doing pretty good, so it's going to be tough for me.
Match 5 of this first round. This PartyPoker.net World Tenpin Masters, and a very interesting encounter indeed between 2 players making their second appearance here at this tournament. Michael Schmidt from Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, 26 years of age now. Doesn't bowl full time, but as close as he can. Nickname T-Bone, but he's got a number of different nicknames. Schmitty, Phenom. T-Bone evidently a type of car accident that you can get when another car goes into the side of you and you end up as a T-Bone, hence the nickname. Quarterfinals last year, solid performance from the man from Canada, but a very likeable guy both on and off the lane, and this sort of character, Cass, so good for the sport.
Absolutely, yeah, big powerful chap, rolls a really powerful ball, gets lots of rotation on it, lots of speed. And when he rips those pins, just going through his 4-ball practice setup. Just trying to find a line to the 1-3 pocket for the right-hander. Alex obviously on the left-hand side of the lane. His goal will be the 1 and the 2 pins. That's the left-hander's pocket.
Well, first time we've seen 2 bowlers working opposite sides of the lane. And you said you couldn't wait to see how the left-hand side was going to perform.
Well, it will be interesting, of course, but I mean, there are people who say that there is some sort of advantage on the left-hand side of the lane, but not in this one-lane scenario. It's a freshly dressed lane, 1 bowler bowling on the right, 1 bowler bowling on the left, and that should be pretty much equal, as the lane is conditioned with lane oil equally across the lane. So one would assume no advantage. It's just down to power and accuracy and consistency.
Michael Schmidt then has had his 4 practice balls. Alex Liew with 2 to go. The winner of this match, incidentally, will make the winner of Paul Moore versus B-Boy Rivera. And Alex Liew from Malaysia will be hoping that it's him. Aliong, the nickname for this man. He's a very, very quiet, very shy gentleman, but he's a gentleman. And, another one of these guys that if you want to go and talk Tenpin bowling with him, then he'll sit down with you and have a cup of coffee and he'll answer any questions you've got. And these players are so approachable at this tournament.
Alex is the current Asian Tournament of Champions winner, ranked 4th in 2006 on the Asian Tour, and as said previously, averaged 237 last year for his 6 games in this World Tenpin Masters event, and went out in the semi-final stage, so hopefully going one better this year, perhaps.
Well, favourite bowler, Parker Bond the third. So many of these guys list their favourite bowlers from the PVA. For Michael Schmidt, Chris Barnes, Tommy Jones and Pete Webber. That's not a bad trio of favourite bowlers to have.
Wouldn't mind having those in your team, would you? Alex's favourite bowler, Parker Bone, a big left-handed player from the PBA in the USA, a multi-winner.
So So the lads ready to go. Bernie White, our tournament referee, will be on stage to get this one underway. And it's a fascinating encounter.
Wish you good luck, good bowling, gentlemen.
Not only the
hands.
left and right hand combination,
Michael to start.
but the fact we got two guys that don't come up against each other all that many times in international competition. Michael Schmidt, though, was on the crest of a wave, really was, in terms of his form and his confidence when he came here last year as the reigning World Cup champion. And you just wonder, Cass, if over a period of time, you know, those results drift into the past, drift into the back of your mind, and it gets back to the daily grind of trying to be the best you can.
It's a difficult job to stay at the top all the time. But for the last 2 or 3 years, this man's certainly been one of the world's high rollers.
The all-important first delivery out of the way, and he's straight on the board. Remy Ong looking on from the crowd, the man in the glasses in the centre of your shot. Another formidable Asian bowler. He'll be in action later on in this tournament, and one of your favourites for the title this year.
Yes, if I had to put some money down, there's a couple of bowlers that I would have picked out, and Remy was one of them.
I'm sticking with Chris Barnes.
Say no more. I'm sure Alex has got something to say about that as well.
Alex Liew then, wearing that big wrist guard that a lot of the players used to wear. Not always because of an injury, sometimes purely and simply for protection. And no protection needed there, well, only for the pins anyway. There's our Hungarian fans in the crowd.
Yeah, just flown in for the whole tournament from Budapest. I do believe this programme actually goes out there on their TV networks. Great shot from Alex on the left-hand side. Nice bit of consistency. And absolutely ripped the rack. So we're all level after one frame.
Well, we've already had some cracking contests so far in this tournament. In particular, our fourth match, Darren Cundy versus Badr Al-Sheikh. Badr Al-Sheikh coming out on top of the end of that one, but it was there was only one pin in it for most of the game. And this one looks like it's going to be pretty tight as well. Only 3 strikes so far.
Yeah, very consistent roll on the ball from Big Mike. Happy with that one. Gets the strike, rips the rack for the first double of the match.
It's interesting when you listen to the descriptions that the players give about how the lane is performing, and Chris Barnes said yesterday he knew that if he put it in the right place to start with, it was almost as if the lane was sucking it into that pocket, and he felt really confident about putting the revs and the power on.
Well, we thank our chief lanesman and technician Ross Gibson from Complete Leisure for the state of the lane and the way it plays, and Alex likes as well on the left-hand side. He's hit 2 strikes in a row as well.
You never hear this lane talked about as being easy, though. You might get some really decent scores on it, you might get some wonderful runs of strikes, but the players will tell you, because of the TV lights, because of the atmosphere, because of the fact that it is just a single lane, it can bite back at any stage.
I don't believe that any bowler that says he's not nervous out here is actually telling the truth. You're that close to the audience, you're really in focus, you'll be going on worldwide television, and you've got to average about 220 as well. Not the easiest thing to do in the world.
You just made me nervous then. Schmidt to turn it into a turkey. He does. He's dealing with it very well indeed. I think one of these players that once he's experienced a situation, he just has to play one game and then he's comfortable. And he did that last year. He progressed well, and he's looking good at the moment.
Yeah, great balance for a big man. Gets to the line, slides up on that one leg, uses his right leg for balance. Gets lots of leverage on the ball.
How does it compare with the